Yeah, we do see the second map right now. It's going to be Shakura's Plateau, aTn.Socke against EG.IdrA. IdrA is leading 1-0 against Socke in a very macro-oriented game with Ling, Infestor and Ultralist against, well, pretty much everything Protoss has, like DTs, High Templar, Colossus, Immortals, Stalkers, but Socke was way too defensive in this game. IdrA took a very, very early third, so he was able to have a really, really good economy early on. And yeah, we all fear IdrA if he's doing like something like this. So.
Still funny how IdrA prefers Ultras over Broodlords, while pretty much every single Protoss out there prefers rather faces Ultras than Broodlords.
Yes, indeed, indeed. And Socke actually getting his pylon like at this first choke.
Up rank.
Maybe he's afraid of some kind of 6-pool, but wow. I'm kind of surprised. I mean, I know that Socke doesn't like the Forge opening against Zerg because he says you have to be so defensive all game long and so on. So I think he will get the gate and the core on the first choke, and then he will he will wall here at least with one gate, and then he will probably do 2 more gates here and putting his nexus, because I know that he doesn't like this Forge opening. I mean, it doesn't fit to his style, he told me.
Everyone has personal preference, even though sometimes when you know that perhaps the other thing is better, if you just don't feel comfortable with it, it doesn't really have it doesn't make much sense to execute it. You rather perform the strategy which is perhaps not the best, but to its fullest potential, than doing something which is to be considered to be the best strategy, but when you actually cannot execute it all that properly.
I know you truly love the Farseer.
Yes, I'm actually a prime example of that. I know Blade Master was the better hero in Warcraft 3, but still I was rather stubborn and played Farseer all the time. But it gave me more joy, and I think joy is very important in practice, otherwise you can never be good at the game.
Indeed.
And B, I just felt more comfortable with Farseer, even though I know I was making the game quite hard on myself. Certainly against Undead, but hey, Hasu, it did end up in us having a couple of epic games.
Indeed, yeah, we did have some really, really nice games. This time IdrA is getting the extractor quite early as well. He's mining some gas, and finally Socke blocked his expo. Oh, he did cancel the pylon now, because I think he spotted the gas. Yep. What do you want to say?
It was a really nice move. IdrA went for the 14 pool without gas.
Yes.
Then, but instead of trying to get a 15 hedge down, fighting a probe, he just went for the gas and the overload.
Yeah, indeed.
Many Zergs just tried to get the hedge down.
I'm not sure what Socke is going for, because I know he told me he likes to wall here, and then putting the next pylon here and 2 more gates.
But
so
why would...
we maybe will see that with the next pylon, I mean the third pylon, I'm not sure yet.
If I was IdrA right now, I'd be so suspicious for fast DTs already. Like that would be like, or like gateway, very gateway heavy pressure from 1 base even. Because it's just so unorthodox on...
I have no idea what Socke is doing.
Shakuras. Now I was thinking about it, by the way, while IdrA was going Ultras on the previous map, it might actually have to do a lot with the map itself as well. I mean, Tal'Darim is just a map where the middle of the map is so wide open, you know, that's so hard to go in, get those Broodlords into safe position, but it's quite possible that he prefers Broodlords on Metalopolis, for instance, you know, while that's probably a lot better for Broodlords than it is for Ultra. So probably IdrA just makes the decision based on the maps, but in general he does, he's not the biggest fan of Broodlords.
On Tal'Darim, it's very easy to caught the how you call it, the Broodlords off guard, because they are so slow. So if they're flying over the middle, it's really hard to do some kind of like counter attack as Protoss. And yeah, we do see the Stargate, but
from 1 base.
I'm not sure if I like this. I mean, it's only 1 base, and what can it
really do?
Well, yeah, what can IdrA expect? I mean, there has to be some kind of, like, let's call it
funky.
Silly or funky tech. Yeah. Now they're okay. He's gonna get 1 Void Ray to be safe against Roach Ling, but especially on Shakuras, it would be way easier to wall here. You're gonna be safe against any aggression early on.
He's already 6 workers down right now, and I think certainly as soon as IdrA sees the Void Ray, he's gonna be like, haha.
Do you think it might be this Void Ray 5k all in?
That he fakes it with fake Nexus?
Yeah,
it's too late for that.
Yeah.
I mean, he's only 1 gate right now. Then he has to build 4 more gates, and then his unit count is going to be so low.
Okay, I have no idea what he's doing.
He's trolling us, man. I told you pro gamers are big trolls. Socke is giving us another example. Then we do see the Roach Warren being morphed in as well. For IdrA, 3rd hatch once again around the 6-minute mark.
So he's getting the second gate. He has okay, the
But
Lynx
he
didn't
actually
get
sees it. I think he sees it.
press V.
At least the corner boost.
Too late, man.
The freaking lanes, they're too
That's
small.
the
No.
Orc micro.
I think he saw the corner
Screw
boost.
you. Screw you.
There's one Void Ray, so the Overlord will spot it. But I think Socke doesn't really mind if he spots the Void Ray right now, because he wanted to harass a little bit anyways. Killing one Overlord. The Phoenix is streaming out as well. He might get a second Phoenix as well. Not yet, but he's getting a third gate. And it might be some kind of like Stargate gateway pressure. But I'm not really sure if Socke practiced that enough, if he really plans to do something like that.
I really think this is not going to do a lot of damage at all.
No, not at all.
Currently 30 probes for us, 31 against 34. That's still not all
A
that
lot
bad.
of Lynx moving through the middle. Does he have a wall off? Only 2 sentries. He can force field.
And
But will he react in time? That's the question. No! He does not. Oh my god. Maybe the game will end right here. Or at least he will suffer so much economically damage. First probes dying. The probes are...
1 sentry is still alive. Actually, so far it's not all that bad for
What is
Socke.
EdrA doing? He's not attacking the probes.
He does cover once again a decent force field right there. Still no unit loss for Socke. I mean, 1 or 2 probes, but that's pretty much it.
Why is he not attacking the probes? His Lynx just crawling around. I mean, he's still gained an advantage because Socke had to move his probes away. But I think he could have killed a little bit more.
Not sure where the Void Ray went. That's over here.
Yeah, let's see. So, wow, so many more drones, like 20 more drones so far. He does get a Spore Crawler at his third base, so the Void Ray, yeah, has to fly away straight away. Not well. It has 1 kill, which was a Overlord, which he found in the middle of the map. First Roach is coming out. Roach speed on the way, and I have no idea. Socke's opening is like really weird. He's getting 2 more gates, 3 more gates, and I think I was right with the Stargate gate pressure, but I think the execution is a little bit different.
So kind of like how Squirtle and Ace did it
Indeed,
at IM?
yes, indeed. Like Squirtle did it, but
That seemed a lot more solid.
yes, that seemed a little bit more solid. And that's what I said. I'm not sure if Socke really practiced this build, because it seemed a little bit
The timing
sloppy.
seems way off, actually.
Yes.
Because I mean, EdrA right now it's 66 drones. I don't believe that's part of the strategy. He's even gonna put up a Hydralisk gun. No, I didn't mean that in a trolling way. That's
No,
just,
no, I know. But the thing is, if the Zark has only drones, it might be really good to push him. So
yeah, but I mean, right now there's still only 2 gates. He's gonna have to wait for.
yeah, indeed.
Well, okay, we have 5 gates right now. But even now, by the time that he's going to be able to warp in more units and make his way to across the other side of the map, he's going to be forced to fight on creep.
Yes.
Which, like Squirtle, always got those fights off creeps. And then with a couple of good force fields, the Roaches were kind of forced to fight a fight they didn't really want to fight against Zealot, Phoenix, Stalker.
Getting a Robo as well, and now he's moving out with, well, 6 sentries, I believe, 1 Void Ray, some Stalkers, some Zealots. And actually, this is the point where EdrA is pretty much saturated, because he has over 70 drones, and he will start to produce a Roach Hydra. Then we go 4 Hydras and 6 Roaches.
I don't like this build from Socke. It's kind of defensive, but then getting offensive. But
losing 1 sentries, 2 force fields, not helping that much. And yeah, you're right. Actually, it's kind of.
It's a little bit of everything.
Yeah,
it's 3-star.
It's 3-star pretty much. And now the Overlord is dropping creep into his main base. That's not really connecting. He's dropping it straight into the ocean. Jesus Christ. Getting
wow, EdrA. Not really a man of nature.
No. Well, some link. No, it's actually Roaches. And EdrA has to be careful, because there are a lot of sentries with force field energy. He's getting more upgrades for his Hydras. He's getting Burrow. Socke is getting his Forge just now, like Huck, a little bit late.
But
First
the
Void Ray. Yes, it will die to the Hydras. There
not
we go.
looking for good for Socke.
No, 150 supply against 100. He's more, warping in more Zealots instead of, I don't know, useful units right now. He cannot build cannons because he doesn't have the Forge, so he needs to warp in Zealots to drop his minerals. And the third base he's taking is, I think, really hard to defend, because his army count is quite low. I mean, he does have 6 sentries, 13 Stalkers against 26 Roaches and 10 Hydras and 20 Overlords.
Now with good Hydra.
He does need really good force fields. He has to close the small entrance there. There's no force field coming.
And
finally he does.
Even too many Roaches passing through already. These Roaches doing a good job. Well, at least these Hydras are out of range right now, but still, Socke's DPS is definitely not as high as EdrA's one. 171 supply against 93. Roaches right now really streaming in.
Socke is falling apart. 11 more Roaches, even 13 on the way. The Phoenix picking up some units. All the Hydras are still alive, so whenever they connect their fire, there will be high DPS. While more roaches streaming in, 3 more Hydras on the way, 4 more roaches.
Yeah.
The Spire is about to finish, so even if Socke... Wow.
That was
Really solid play by EdrA.
Really solid and really freestyle by Socke, I guess.
Yeah.
It didn't seem like the perfect plan in this match.
see the man, the legend right there on your screen looking, well, quite pleased with himself. He's like,
Yeah.
I did that pretty well, I think.
Yes, he did. Yeah.
No, he definitely did. Socke, yeah, certainly second map was relatively odd. First map, we had a nice game. Second map wasn't the best game that we've seen so far.